And welcome back. Chp.V. And this is a part of the DLC that you get from having Shale. Obviously. Alright, Shale.
As you wish.
And of course there would be Darkspawn down here.
As you wish.
That area's flooded. Wait, is that water still? Okay, I was gonna say, that's gonna look really unrealistic if that water's not even moving.
This is it. Chp.V.
We should be careful.
These ruins are always overrun by vermin. There may be something noteworthy further in, however. Was this a home once? Did I live here?
Alright, Morgan. I need you to do the initial striking. Good shot.
Let's get started. On it.
Oh.
Right.
Okay, that hurt like a nothing. Strange crystal cluster.
Right. This should be easy enough. As you wish. Let's get started.
Nothing here. Oh, an emissary. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Go. Pile of junk, looks more like a pile of filth.
I see nothing. Whatever was once here is gone.
Whoa! That's a good spot for a damn fireball. Oh, lovely. Oh.
As you wish. On it.
Go. More deep stalkers. Going out to wherever they go.
On it. Let's get started. Let's get started.
Oh, stop popping randomly out of the ground.
On it.
Tickle.
Careful. These creatures look a mite upset. Let's get started.
Tickle.
Right.
Moving on. Whoa, what is this?
Crawling with filth. Typical.
This should be easy.
Off with his head.
Begin the onslaught.
Let's end it.
Win.
This should be easy enough.
Hello there, Shrieks. These things were a little vicious.
If you were more careful, that wouldn't happen.
Hiya! Easy enough.
As you wish.
Okay, level up. Increase my willpower and my magic. Guess I can get that. I'll switch it out for that. Level up. Get that. Blizzard. We'll switch that out for get rid of that, I guess.
I'm uncertain what I hope to find here.
That didn't sound friendly. Oh, hello.
Darkspawn approach.
Ogre Alpha.
No mercy!
Oh, not so friendly. Ow. Use that. Oh, nice. Kill up if you can.
Easy.
Take all.
This should be easy enough.
Golem Monument.
What is this? This I remember. dates and names. This is to honor those who volunteered, those who became golems. And there is my name. Shale of House Kadash. I recognize it. I was not created as I am now. I was once a creature of living flesh, a dwarf and a woman. This is a revelation.
Hope it's what you were looking for.
It is something. It is an answer, though still I wish I had been able to speak with Caradon. I will need to think on these things I have learned. Perhaps I will speak to it of them soon. For now, let us carry on as we have.
Alright, well that's the end of that. Shale now has an idea of where she came from. Back to Orzammar, now that our business here is done. Game, I beseech you, awaken. Alright, so next on my list of things to do, let's see, any other side quests I'm in the middle of doing? I don't recall. I don't think there is.
I have a question for you, Chef. How does it feel to be a giant statue?
Bizarre question. How else would it feel?
Well, let's see. Does it hurt? Do you feel like you've been buried under a pile of rock? Or do you feel nothing at all?
I have nothing to compare it to. How does it feel to be considered an inferior race when compared to others who are just as soft and weak as you?
Fine.
How very fragile it must be. One touch and its kind crumples, spilling liquid everywhere. No wonder they clad themselves in metal.
It takes more than just a touch, I'm sure.
I feel very solid and immortal. No putrid liquids to squirt out of me. Oh no.
That sounded dirty.
Now that you mention it, I suddenly rather feel like a delicate mushroom.
What? No, I'm not even gonna go there with that one. Again, mushrooms are rather delicate. Oh, didn't I need to speak with you, sir?
What can I do for you?
I have a note from here from your master.
This ought to be interesting. Such diction. This man is a true scholar and rhetorician. I am honored to be fired by one such as he. Good day.
Your sarcasm is noted. Okay, where else do we need to go? Blight. Let's head back to camp for now. So I need to sell some things. Actually, no, we can do that when we get to where we're going to. Let's see if Shale has anything to add to what we just found out about her.
It has occurred to me that I have been... Excuse me. This is not easy. It occurs to me that I have been less than charitable with it since it reanimated me.
That's putting it mildly. You have good reasons, I think.
I have come to realize that it has been good to me. You have been good to me, even though you had no control rod to enforce obedience. I have never had one before, so I don't know how to thank you for being, you know...
A soft, squishy flesh creature? A friend.
Exactly so. I followed you, expecting to find answers to my questions, but I think I have found something better.
Does this mean I get to be called you now?
No, it's a one-time thing. I don't want to raise its expectations to unrealistic levels after all. Oh, let us not speak of this awkward bonding moment ever again. To the road.
Alright, well, I'm glad to see that she is happy. And you win. You have anything to add?
What's on your mind?
I'm gonna ask you something about the circle.
I will answer to the best of my ability.
You just heard Ogren pass out again. Oh, why didn't you stay in the tower?
The circle is in good hands. Irving knows what to do, and he doesn't need me underfoot. For now, I will support those that battle the Darkspawn. I do feel I left things unfinished in Ostagar. There is so much left to do, and I would be part of it.
I'm glad for your company.
The Grey Wardens, all 2 of you, need all the help you can get. I will see this through to the bitter end, and after that, if I am still left standing, then I will return to the circle.
I'm sure you will be able to return if you so choose.
Perhaps. What's on your mind?
What's your thing about being a Grey Warden?
Is something troubling you?
Sometimes I wish I could go back to my old life.
A Grey Warden should put aside the person that he used to be. It has shaped the person that he is, but he has become something greater. Grey Wardens have no titles. They owe no allegiance to a king or lord. They cannot serve one people. They must serve them all and protect them all. You are one of the 2 surviving Grey Wardens in Ferelden. You defend all of us, and much rests on your shoulders. It may not mean much to you, but thank you for having the courage to continue to fight.
We'll be ready when the time comes.
And that gives me hope. Have you heard much about the Grey Wardens of old?
Oh, I heard they soared through the skies on griffins.
Griffins. Alas, that seems to be the only thing people remember from the tales. The mighty flying mounts that bore the Grey Wardens into battle.
Imagine raining death upon your enemies. How glorious!
Ah, yes, the glory days. It was said that watching the Wardens ride in on their white griffins was enough to rouse a weary heart and put the dance back in the step of an old man. The Grey Wardens were powerful, feared and respected, but they also inspired the common people. I remember a tale that was told to me many years ago.
Go on.
The Blight had ravaged the land for months, and the armies of the great kings had amassed for one last stand. As the sun burst through the clouds that boiled and churned in the dark sky above, it illuminated a vast, seething horde of Darkspawn, with the archdemon at its head. And it was then, when courage seemed to fail, and all lost to death and despair, that the Grey Wardens came. They arrived with the beating of wings like mighty war drums, and stood before the armies of men.
And what happened then?
The Grey Wardens, grim and fearless, marched forth, ever between the men and the encroaching darkspawn. They formed a shield of their own bodies and held that line until the archdemon was dead, and the last darkspawn lay trampled in the dirt. And then, demanding neither reward nor recognition for their sacrifice, the Grey Wardens departed. When the clouds finally rolled back, and the sun shone full upon the blighted ground, the great kings knew that they had lost no men, and none of their blood had been spilled.
And when did this happen?
This is a tale about no battle the Grey Wardens have fought, and yet about them all. They have always defended us from the Darkspawn, taking losses so we do not have to. People may have forgotten over the centuries, but nothing has changed. This knowledge has been blessing and burden to Grey Wardens past, and now it shall be your blessing and your burden.
More or less.
What's on your mind?
As a Grey Warden, I'll never live a normal life, will I?
No, you won't.
But I don't think I was meant to be normal.
I don't think so either. You would not have been happy living a dull, uneventful life, dying in obscurity. You wonder sometimes, don't you? If your life would be better if you weren't who you are.
Nah, I pretty much like my life.
I didn't. Not for a long time. When I was a young woman in the tower, I came to the realization that the circle would be my life, and I would know no other. Family, love, a simple life. These were things that others took for granted, that I would never have.
Yeah, grass is always greener on the other side.
It made me very moody. All I could think of was being trapped in that tower with no way out and no end in sight. I started hating my life and myself, and one night I found myself in the tower's chapel. I was seeking refuge, maybe answers.
Did you find anything?
I must have looked tearful or made some noise, because the revered mother came out and decided to speak to me. And because I had no one else to talk to, I talked to her. I must have said many silly things, but she told me that the Maker puts us all on our paths for a reason, and fighting our intended course is what causes so much anguish.
I can't get enough of that religious claptrap. And that made you feel better?
I thought the old biddy was full of rubbish. I was 15, maybe 16, and I knew everything. So I left. But I always found my way back to that chapel, and as the years passed, I began to see the truth of her words. We were supposed to be polar opposites, mage and priest, but we weren't. There was much about us that was the same.
Priests choose to be priests, mages don't.
Not all priests choose their path. Some children are given to the chantry to raise and become initiates. The revered mother had lived in the chantry all her life, as I had been in the tower for all of mine. She taught me that you can find your family in the people around you, that you can love your work and find fulfillment in duty. And there is joy even in self-sacrifice. If you put others before yourself, then their well-being is yours, and their happiness is your happiness.
Won't be easy living that way.
You can scream and cry and be angry about life as a Grey Warden, or you can accept it and allow yourself to see the good in it. This is your choice.
And Ogren passed out again.
What's on your mind?
Give me a goddamn quest.
I will answer to the best of my ability.
How did you become a mage?
People don't become mages. They are born mages. The talent just surfaces later. But you are asking how I ended up at the Circle. I was brought there by the Templars, just like many of the other apprentices. I don't remember very much. I was very young then.
What about your family?
I didn't have a family. I never knew my real parents. My earliest memory was of hiding in a hayloft on a farm, trying to keep warm. I was found, and the farmer's wife was kind enough not to send me away. But they had children of their own, and I was never made to feel welcome. The eldest son was the worst. He was always calling me a stray, and throwing anything he could get his hands on at me. And I don't know how it happened, but one day, he just found his hair on fire. Fortunately, there was a large trough nearby.
Ha! Was he seriously hurt?
I had singed his hair and eyebrows, but injured little other than his pride. Who knows what they would have done to me had he been more seriously hurt. Thankfully, all I had to endure was a few nights locked in a cold barn with a bowl of water and a crust of bread. The Templars arrived several mornings later.
And what happened when you arrived at the tower?
I'll never forget the moment the Templars led me into the entrance hall of the tower. I had never seen anything so grand in my life. I stopped being afraid then. I knew I was home. Well, that's about all there is to my tale. That's how I came to the Circle.
And what is life like in the Circle?
I would be
Or
lying
tower?
if I said it was easy. First, there were rules, and we were constantly watched to make sure we behaved appropriately. Then there was the study of magic. We had to cast the spells just so, control the effects completely. A single word spoken incorrectly, a gesture out of sync, and lack of focus. And we needed to have perfect focus, or we would be in danger.
At least you learned the dangers of the magic from the Circle.
Without the Circle and my mentors, I would not have been where I am today. And there was joy in life at the Circle. The joys of fellowship, in knowing that you were not alone in your struggles. In spite of everything, I was happy in the tower, and I loved it.
First +1.
What's on your mind?
Never mind.
It is no trouble.
Actually, I think when you travel, you'll get to a event where she will collapse and you're attacked by Darkspawn. But I think she has to have a certain approval. Could be close. Is there anything? That.
Most kind.
That.
Most kind.
That.
Most kind.
That's kind of wasted, but you know what? I have Bodon over here to kind of help out with that. So, Mr. Bodon.
Something you need? I'm sure either my boy or I. I'm sure.
I'm sure you're sure that I'm going to like what you have. Yes. Yes, it's all well and good. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Dead Tide Eater. Crow Dagger, Darkspawn Dagger, that. I think Shale's got her maxed out stuff, doesn't she? No, it doesn't really matter because I'm not using any of these. Red Jennings. Cannot equip the item on this character. Yeah. Alright, that about covers that. Now to buy some sugar cakes. Maybe buy some for Zevron.
How nice. How nice. How nice. How nice.
And of course win.
Most kind. Most kind. Most kind.
Yeah, what is... Yeah, Augurs is a ways down there.
It'll do, sure.
It'll do, sure.
Something you need? I'm sure either my boy or I can help you out.
Okay, I'm gonna buy some more of those cakes. Or actually, let me see if there's something I can buy that will just kind of up it up quicker. I can always go for these. Alright, for Cat Lady's Hobble Stick. Beard Flask for what's his face. Amulet of Memories. And then for Zevron, Rare Antivan Brandy.
I shall treasure it. Thank you.
A generous gift.
Where's Ogren? There he is.
By my ancestors.
There we go. Let me see if Ogren gives me his.
There you are. Wanted to talk.
God, he looks creepy in that. Oh, what about?
You and I, you know how sometimes you spend time with people and things.
I love you too, Ogren.
What? Keep your hands where I can see them. Sheesh. Can a man address a friend without getting all weird? I was just asking a favor. You had to go all that on me.
I'm just trolling you. What is it?
I was thinking, I do know some people out here on the surface.
Mm-hmm.
A person, actually. A girl I knew in Orzammar. Before I left, obviously.
A girl you knew or a girl you knew?
What? Oh, you mean were we rutting? Oh, aye. After Bronca left for the deep roads. Name's Felsi. She was a fiery one. I'm sure she's forgiven me by now. Thought maybe I'd track her down. See how she's been living.
Do you know where to find her?
I tried to look her up the last time we were at Lake Calenhad. She wasn't at work at the inn. At home with her sick mother, they said. I figured it was just the ancestors telling me something. But I keep thinking about her.
Yeah, we can go.
Well, and a good friend you are, Warden. I'll think about you if we ever... no, actually, that would be gross. No,
Yeah.
What was it you wanted to say?
Oh, jeez.
Aye, alright then.
Ogren disproves -1.
What's on your mind? It is no trouble.
Alright, so we'll take Wen along, see if I can get her deal spun up. And then in the next video, we shall go meet Ogren's old fire. See you all next video.